Welcome back to PCM Yeti. It's episode 98. We are looking really good for the biggest race of the year. It's Paris-Roubaix, outside of the Tour de France. Biggest one-day race. We've never fared well yet, but we've been getting better and better with flat ratings and cobble ratings over the years with the team. And this felt like the year to go for it as we enter the first of 23 cobbled sectors. Without a doubt, I went for the stack the deck approach for this race, and it has worked out brilliantly for us with a number of other recent major races right ahead of this one. I was really able to get this entire team to have this objective, and nearly all of them have started fitness peaks at this point. No, actually, no, the whole team is on a fitness peak right now. So the minimum expected race day condition for any of our riders is a +3 for a couple of guys. The entire rest of the team was expected +5s. So what we've gotten in terms of draw is exactly what we were supposed to get, and with two guys at a minimum of +3. Puck and Lind, guys that are really good flat ratings and have okay cobble ratings. So for them working as domestiques, it's ideal scenario for us. And our fast men, Vatsek, Paris-Roubaix, Pick Roll, have excellent race day conditions. We ride for them. Breakaway at one point had 20. Now it has 7, and they're just 5 minutes ahead. So you would suspect that the chase will and truly be on and bring them back fairly quickly, because they won't have much support or protection as G punctures. I think he's okay though. Yeah, he's already going again and did not get dropped. That's why I like the position near the front. That splits. G working as a domestique today, not the greatest of sprinters and definitely not the greatest cobble rating. He's not quite the rider he was not so long ago, but we are starting to already struggle to hold position here. So it's first effort to raise it up to a 78 now. In fact, I think we're going to push it all the way up to an 80. I think we are going to start to see some splits in the field here fairly soon. Montez, the latest with a puncture. That's our second of the day. Montez, go ahead and get water while you're back here. 120k to go. 4 stars. I'm not sure why Montez literally went to the last spot in the peloton when he was so high placed. When he told him to get the water, he literally could have put his hand up at that moment, but he went all the way to the back, so he'll be lucky to get back up there. For now, he's doing pretty okay with that task. He's done excellent with that task. Voila, 4 stars. Here we go. The race is on.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly
that
increased
breakaway
its speed.
gap down inside 4 minutes now. We are definitely blinking red a little bit on an 80, but we're not drifting much at all. So for now, that's a good way to conserve just that little bit of energy while still keeping us well placed. Peloton down to 151. Forest of Ehrenberg. Here we go. Hold on. 80's not going to cut it. This is where the race really kicks off. Give me an 85. Halfway through. Lind punctures. Yet another. He is going again though. Lind was solo. He's in between the domestique rolls. As he comes out, up the effort so he can get back in position a little bit faster. He's got an 81 flat rating today. He's got a 78 cobble rating. This is what we're working with finally as we've stacked the deck. He is slowly trying to get back up into position. We were down to 99 momentarily as one front rider gets dropped. They're down to 2.5 minutes otherwise. More punctures. And more riders kind of hitting a standing still. There was a lot of riders that punctured on that particular sector. Lind nearly back into place as 3 riders go on the attack. 4 riders on the attack. Not too worried about what we have up front, though. Asgreen is definitely quality. He's going to be a difficult catch, and that front group's back together. It was down to 6. They got their man back, and they pulled it back to 3 minutes, and G again is second puncture of the day. Field split when there was no split. The EF rider ahead of me is the one who made that split happen, but all he did was slow down, but there was no gap. Everybody else is doing fine, but G gets dropped. He just gave up protection and sat up, so he was the one who caused that. He was on protect duty, which means he would have given, full effort. So his 74 cobble rating caught him out on that occasion. Now we give him a 90 and he's going even slower. Don't mind so much because it left behind a lot of riders. 59 left at the front, 22 in this chase group that G is in. I'm not going to bother watching him. If they get back in contact, then we will try to get him back up in a position. There's 11 at the front as the 4 breakaway riders did make contact, but now they are all just ahead of us, and we're suddenly down to a very, very select group. G and a half down. Don't think he's going to get back up here. Harasim and Montez not doing so hot. Let's up the effort. Up the effort for all, actually. Let's start with getting them to an 87, then Harasim pushing harder to me an 89. 60k to go. This is the time to get some water. So do I want Lind to do it and then protect Pickerel afterward? That'll be the plan. Smaller group shouldn't take too long. Lind, come on, get that hand in the air and start riding. You're in position now. We're just not going to see the hand, but he's waiting for the water. No? That was a delayed reaction to, like, wait for the car to get up here type thing. Man, I wish they had real animations for that.
Another flat tire.
Oh, come on. 4th puncture of the day. This time it's Harasim. He's into a small group. Got a full team here. Nichols trying to get led back forward, and how did these... Oh, they all just bonked out. And Lind with the water. Wow, that happened very suddenly. They seemed fine. Lind. Nope, that's not Lind. Now Lind is back here. Lind was up the road. Why did he stop? He was still... He already had the water. Here's Harasim. What? My eyes have to have deceived me, but I saw the 3 guys. They were all there. 2 of them were sliding backwards. I saw Lind ride forward away from those 2. And then I go check on Lind, and it pops him behind the entire group. Can't be what happened. These things right here, I need more glasses. These glasses aren't working apparently. That can't be what happened. But now Lind is way back here just because we sent him to get water. And Harasim is back here because he punctured. Getting them back forward. Lind is trying to get up there. It's 13 riders. 2 of them are mine. I would like to see this group make contact. 3 of them are mine. Montez is still in the group. So if we can get them up there... Oh my gosh, now G falls. 32 left in the peloton, by the way. That second Pickerel, the only ones there. And now Lind is just sitting on. Now it's 10 riders chasing.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
27 at the front.
Apparently there's another puncture.
There's still 44k to go, and these 2 did not get water. Pickerel is a much stronger sprinter and has the +5, so that's it, get water. And of course, just as soon as I hit the button, somebody attacked. Harasim rides away from Lind, but Lind...
There's another rider with a puncture.
Just put them on auto. They're not going to get back up there. Now it's 19 chasing 8 as 8 guys attack. They're brought back. 27 left in contention. We're going to get a little bit of a break, a little respite from the cobbles here shortly.
Attack by Pithy.
Again, same 8. just accelerated off the front. But 2-3 riders pull it back. Now we're down to 26. G punctures. Wow, that's his 4th incident of the day.
Yet another flat tire.
Poor guy. Okay, this is more than half the group trying to attack. Yeah, see, at least initially, nobody's wanting to work. Now a couple guys come forward. There's 6 guys working. 6 guys are working. That's gel. Still 28k to go. This is not looking very good for us right now. Pickrell doesn't have a lot left in the tank. Vatsek certainly doesn't. And it's back together. 27. So somebody regained contact. It had been down to 26. 3 stars through here. 1 rider goes clear.
That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous.
And this is mostly about hanging on at this point. So Vatsek, protect, pick roll. Now the guy trying to hang on. 7 off the front yet again. Oh, come on. Pick roll punctures. There goes our chance of doing anything in this race. Pick roll is going again. Del Grosso and Van Aert. He's going to ride on board with them as they try to regain contact. And they will regain contact. Wow, we lucked out. But now he just burnt a lot of energy. Pick roll getting dropped. His 80 cobble unable to keep up. He still has energy. We were riding a 94 and then a 96 and then a 97, and he still managed to get dropped. And Vatsek absolutely got dropped as he's run out of energy. So Pickrell now together with Mikkels. Mikkels was back there with the other group, the Lind, that water debacle that we had earlier on. But we are suddenly ruled out of contention as the pace has been unmanageable. Harasim with a puncture. That's what, our 7th puncture, 8th puncture of the day. So there's 19 riders up the road. There's 4 in this group. Pickrell's just going to sit on and recover. 7k to go. We are done with cobbles once we get through here. 4.5k to go. Pickrell can't attack. 3.5k. Just hanging on.
Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching.
And that was too early. I've got things sped up. We're not competing for the win anyway, so I did let that go. Pithy takes win ahead of Garcia Cortina and Chamberlain. Nice was 5th. Germay was 9th. Van Aert was 10th. There's Del Grosso, who had gotten back in contact. We had awful luck in that race with a ton of punctures. There was a ton of punctures, period. But it was wrong time. Besides G, right? His first was certainly bad time. His second was bad time. His last 2 incidents were after he was off the back. But everything else happened at the front. We also added the random incident with Lind, regardless of whether my eyes deceived me or it actually happened. Either way, he was getting water. He was in the peloton. He was getting water. And all of a sudden, he's way behind the peloton. And the peloton didn't see a major split. He just went back behind a group, whether he teleported or whether he just flat out lost contact. Either way, more likely he lost contact, and either way, another bad luck moment. It should have been a simple, easy ride, hand up, get water, ride forward. Took him forever, went way back, and then all of a sudden he was significantly behind the group and never got water. It's like he wanted to get water for guys who were in groups, 2, 3, 4 groups behind us, nowhere near contact, and suddenly he was behind them and trying to give them water. That appears to be what probably happened. That's what likely happened in the situation regarding Lind. So he tanks himself to get water for guys minutes behind. And then guys that were minutes behind, we get punctures and more punctures and just chaos. So guys get dropped not on merit, but because of bad luck. And suddenly we end up with 2 guys at the front. That collectively, without support, weren't strong enough to compete with the rest of the field. And so we don't even crack the top 20. We get 22nd and 25th. On paper, our sponsor objectives were supposed to get us into the high 90s, nearly maxed out at our 100, but in practice, it's not working. Our team's not very impressed by the fact that we're getting invitations to these races, but there's nothing else that I can choose, because if you don't already have the invitation, that's all you can do, is ask for an invitation, or pick the few races that you actually have an invitation to and then set an objective for those. But that doesn't include the World Tour races. Our sponsor doesn't care about Continental Pro races. They only care about the World Tour races. So we're stuck in a very strange loop. And right now, the only way out of it is to win 15 races, or to start winning consistently. We were getting really good results, and it didn't matter. We were still at a 70. We've gotten more good results. Now we're at a 71. And then at the same time, with a somewhat quiet period, which is not true, because we literally just won a race and took a podium and took multiple top 10s. One quiet week, that's all you can really say, is one quiet week, and our immediacy visibility has dropped significantly. So our first two offers come in, and one of them is less than what we're making right now. One of them is more, but certainly not substantially. So as we clearly will be turning these down, hopefully we're going to be able to continue to see this shift upward, see that rating climb up into the 80s in the near future, and the visibility at the right time come up for Babco, Euskaltel, Euskadi, or Rabobank. That one of them could offer us quite a bit more, because for the moment, this offer was quite pitiful. And we just went under 100k left of La Flèche Wallonne. Big race, big opportunity, poor draw. The draw could have been a lot better than it was. We'll have to deal with it and move on. We have 3 guys in this group on Fitness Peaks, so we were expecting a +9. And we've got a bit of negatives out there. But we do have 2 of our more capable. There was like 4 punchy guys. 2 of them ended up with poor negative draws. 2 of them ended up with decent draws. So Panamar has a +4, Montez has a +5, and without a doubt that puts us in the business of riding for them. That said, we'll work to try to lead those guys out as the most well-rounded, but Abdullah is our punchiest. He's ruled out with a -2. Zayat has a -2, Zibanati, Lind, yeah, not a great drop, but we'll do what we can here. 3.5 minutes to a breakaway of 6, 84k left, and we're into that phase where you get a lot of plateau, gentle undulation, dropped out, and then steep coming back up, and then just repeat the process. We're into the circuit. This is our second time on this portion of the circuit. It's the steeper portion. You hit a little saddle, and then you go right back up, and then you start to come down again. It's the next part of it where we go up, and instead of getting a rest, it continues on. It just doesn't go up. So 1.5k, the Mer de Huy, up we go. For now, hanging in there just fine. 75 effort, but you can see we're drifting back, so it's time to start upping that effort to hold on a bit better. And 60k left. Let's get Zayats to go get water. 102. There was a split. Oh, sure. That wasn't the water click. I definitely clicked in the gray, but I did not click the water bottle directly. So nothing happened, but we get back up while still up on the plateau, so we're okay. And now we drop down to go into that next up-down saddle and drop. We're dropping back a little bit faster, even though the effort's higher. So up the efforts more, 82, especially for the secondary part here, as it's quite steep. Less than 100 riders left, but we're still chasing 6, and they still have a 2-minute advantage with just 37k left. Definitely not a guarantee that they will be caught. Effort's up to an 83. Let's make it an 85 before we hit the Mer de Huy. Here comes the first big acceleration, and we're going to see a couple guys attack off the front of this one. Next time up is on the way towards the finish. Montez and Zayats did not keep pace very well there and ended up letting things go, but it does quickly come back together. Luckily, somebody still cared. Got just over 100 riders here. We catch the 2 that attacked, and suddenly the 6 off the front, their gap just got a lot smaller. Less than a minute. Up the effort some more. Got to conserve energy, but at the same time, we can't afford to drift. Okay, hold on. Zayats, Lind, Abdullah. Let's gel for all 3 of them. Let's now get up to a 90 to hold. We've caught all but the last 2 riders off the front. Last time through the saddle section.
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Very steep up front. Now it's going to level off.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly
Oh, come on. I hate that. Roll up and then it doesn't roll up. It just drops us down out of nowhere. 50. That's it. Got dropped.
Acceleration by Plaque.
We're down to 4. Zayats very much out of it. Okay, that's it. Here's your chance to regain contact. Montez at a 99. What's going on, buddy? Follow. 99 with plenty of energy, plenty of red bar, and he just sits there and watches things go away, and now there's 30 guys that have gone away. 9K left. We have got to. Lynn's got nothing, but he is at the front, so he'll give me just a second. Zipping on to Zippinati. Not sure how these guys got dropped. I was more unimpressed by what was happening with Montez just literally losing contact with a 99 and all the energy in the world to be able to hold that position. And Zippinati is done. Onto Vatsek. We're going to make contact with the front group, maybe. We're going to hit that Murdahui here in a second. And no, we go from a bike length and a half away to significantly behind. Vatsek only just now running out of red bar too, so it had nothing to do with that. We're only going to catch a few of these guys. 800 meters. Ponamar still 29 up there.
Superb sprint victory. He was the strongest.
Terrible day. I don't know what happened, why we got dropped. But I do know that we were set to a 99 and should have been able to hold and didn't. And we're only going to overtake 1 of the group that went off the front. We almost catch 2 more, but don't. Curtis Steele takes the win ahead of Van Wilder, and Albert Philipson. Big Asher gets 4th. Poor team result there. Yeah, sometimes there's just not much you can do. Obviously, if my eyes were on the front group, I might have seen more of what was happening. It was probably a group accelerating. However, it's not like it was 10 favorites that went away. It was 30 plus riders that went away. So it was domestiques and all, which means it was simply a split. For a split to occur like that, when my front group guys are riding a 99, and then I'm trying to just bring Vatsek back. And those guys are in sight ahead of me, so it's not like I had no visibility to what was going on. But to see them ride 99 and get dropped while we are riding a 94 with Vatsek behind, give or take, and he's rapidly catching up to them. So a 94 versus a 99, and the 94 is riding significantly faster. Something's off. Something's off about that scenario. I was worried about the day anyway when we only had 2 guys with any sort of race day condition. So it's just one of those days. Sometimes you have a good race and sometimes you don't. And we've snowballed recently, we've podiumed recently, and then we have a day like this. And a day like we had with Paris-Roubaix, where all looked capable of going well. Here, tactically, it was a blunder. There, it had nothing to do with tactical. It was just a lot of bad luck. 8 punctures, a couple of crashes, inerrant water situation, just collectively bad timing, wrong place, wrong time, and cost us. But as for this one, same thing. We're riding. We're within a couple bike lengths of the group. We're almost there. We don't let up. We are the ones setting the tempo. We have the yellow bar. We have the red bar. And yet, 400 meters later, the group is not 2 bike lengths ahead. They're 30 seconds ahead of us. How did that happen? Where did that happen? Just a little unusual how that one played out. Just one of them days. That's okay. We will get them next time. By the way, speaking of next time, we have one more day of punchy classics, and then we'll be into the Giro. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.